Today, on Issue at Hand, cloning, claws, and a scent that kills. Issue at Hand is Polygon's video series about the weird world of comics, and I'm Susana Polo, your host. Today, I'll be talking about X-23, star of the new hit blockbuster trailer, Logan.
I am still right here.
You might have seen the trailer and thought to yourself, who's that weird little girl? Why is everyone so old? Or, oh man, is that really the Johnny Cash cover of Hurt?
I hurt myself
Shit, that's good.
today to see if I still feel.
The little girl in Logan is known simply as Laura, but all signs point to her being an adaptation of Laura Kinney, also known as X-23, also known as Wolverine. Laura was created by writer Craig Kyle for the third season of the X-Men Evolution animated series, and she debuted in Marvel Comics a year later. Kyle has said that he created her to be a Wolverine-like character who would be more relatable to teenagers, calling her Pinocchio from Marvel Comics, a samurai sword trying to become a real little girl. She's basically a teenage clone of Wolverine. Here's how that works. Laura was the 23rd attempt to recreate Weapon X, the program that gave Wolverine his adamantium skeleton. All the other attempts failed because the laboratory, known only as the Facility, had a damaged version of Logan's genome to work with. Specifically, they were missing the Y chromosome. So, geneticists duplicated Logan's X chromosome, and the result was a little girl who had his healing factor, his reflexes, and his bone claws. I wonder how we got from this short, hairy ball of muscle to this hip-popping supermodel. X-23 was abusively trained as an enslaved master assassin. Most famously, the facility created a trigger scent that would drive her into the patented feral Wolverine rage, causing her to kill everyone around her. The trigger scent is how the facility forced her to kill geneticist Sarah Kinney, who had been forced to act as X-23's surrogate mother. With her dying breath, Sarah revealed to X-23 that her name was Laura Kinney. In the Logan trailer, it seems like the facility is still after Laura, with a security team inspired by the cyborg supervillain Donald Pierce and his machine-enhanced anti-mutant death squad known as the Reavers. And I can't believe that we already have a cinematic comic universe with multiple timelines, but director James Mangold has said that Logan takes place after the epilogue of X-Men Days of Future Past, which means that it's set in the far future of the timeline where Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are Professor X and Magneto, not James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender. The overall plot of Logan is reportedly inspired by Old Man Logan, a 2008 miniseries by Mark Millar and Steve McNiven. Old Man Logan takes place in a grim, post-apocalyptic future of the Marvel Universe. It follows a grizzled, world-weary Logan as he travels the country on one last ride with a grizzled, world-weary Hawkeye and encounters many grizzled, world-weary versions of Marvel heroes and villains. Old Man Logan reveals that the reason Logan is so grizzled and world-weary is because back in the day he was hypnotized into murdering all of the X-Men, which could explain all those hints the crew of Logan have been dropping about the lack of mutants in their film. On the other hand, there's a lot of crazy stuff in Old Man Logan, like Hulk incest and Venom but a dinosaur, but since the film rights to those characters are owned by other companies, we should expect this to be a loose adaptation. If you'd like to know more about where X-23 and Logan are in the Marvel Universe now, you should check out All New Wolverine. Recently, in the comics, Laura has taken on her clone dad's name and costume following his tragic death by miniseries. This is a book where Laura adopts a younger clone of herself, gets an actual live Wolverine as a pet, meets Logan from Old Man Logan, and even fights Fin Fang Foom. It's hilarious and violent and beautifully drawn, and it spends a surprising amount of time tugging at your heartstrings. The first two collected trades of All New Wolverine, written by Tom Taylor and drawn by all of these artists, are already out, and I cannot recommend them enough. That's all for this episode of Issue at Hand, but be sure to join me on our next episode where all I'm gonna do is tell you about awesome comics you should be reading.
So does the Marvel Universe go through reboots like DC?
No, in Marvel, everything's canon.
Everything?
Everything!
Seriously though? Oh my god, Michael Moore!